back to Morning Sun Homestead. My name is Mary Ann, and today we are going to teach you something to be able to do into the kitchen that's going to make your family happy and save you a lot of time and dirty dishes. We're going to teach you how to make frozen pizzas. I don't know if you've ever went anywhere with your family and you left early but ate before you went, and then when you got back everybody was a little hungry and you had to scurry around trying to come up with something. I know there's always lots of snacks that you can make, and with the different recipes that we're shoving out there with pre-made mixes and different things, all that can save you a lot of time. But this is something that will make where you don't have a lot of dishes, it's not a lot of time involved, only the oven has to work once you get this completed. So to do this, what we're going to do first of all is we are going to use our dough that we also have a video on that only requires a few ingredients. You end up putting it in the refrigerator, so every time you need something to make some bread, if you need to make muffins, if you need to make cinnamon rolls, whatever you need to make, this dough will come in handy and be able to be used. So that's what we're going to make our pizza crust with first of all. I'm just going to take a little bit of this. Now I made this yesterday and I put it in the refrigerator, and as I said, we do have a video, we'll put the link below. We're just going to take something about the size of a grapefruit or a little bit bigger. It's not sticky at all, but I am going to go ahead and lightly dust my rolling surface. I have certain pans that I use for this. You need to use a smaller pan because we have a way of storing them afterwards that just makes it easier for you, and also we don't have to worry about them getting freezer burnt if they end up being in there longer than what you anticipate. So the first thing we're going to do is roll out the dough that we already had pre-made, and we'll put it on our pans. First thing we want to do is grease our pan after we get our dough rolled out. We are going to need to bake this. After all, it's going to be something that's fast, and if we have to bake a pizza completely through other than just warming it, it's going to take a lot longer. So we're going to grease our pan very well. I'm using tallow. You can use whatever oil of your choice you may want to do. Butter will work as well, or lard. Once we have our crust rolled out, we put it into our pan. Now one thing that we're going to do a little bit different here is we're going to poke this crust with a fork. We're going to do that because it's kind of like a pie crust where now when you bake this, it's going to bubble. And then when it bubbles, it makes it hard to get the sauce and everything else on. So we're going to poke this with some holes. We're going to bake this at 350 degrees until it's just lightly brown. That means it's going to be done. We also want it where it will come back up off the pan. So let me grab a fork and I'll poke that. And I do numerous pokes throughout the whole crust since we don't want any air bubbles. Once we have our crust in both the pans, we're going to let this set for about 10 minutes just to kind of rest. During that time, you can start your oven at 350 degrees. Also, now we can start preparing for what toppings we want to put onto our pizza. We have froze onions and pepperoni, sausage, peppers, just about everything, olives. The only thing that we don't put on is the pineapple and anchovies. Anchovies, I don't know, I would be kind of hesitant to freeze those. They may get a little slimy once they're heated up and redone. I don't even know how anchovies come packed. I've never had them. But anyway, if any of you guys have done that, make sure you leave a comment and let all the rest of our listeners know, because that is a treasure chest for people to get ideas. So if you've done that before and it's worked, leave a comment and let us know. Once our oven comes up to 350, we're going to pop these in, and that will be approximately 10 minutes. In the meantime, we're going to start doing everything else that we need for the topping, including our cheese. So we have made homemade mozzarella cheese. We have a video on that. We're going to grate this so we can put it on top of our pizzas. When it comes to grating cheese, there's numerous ways to grate it. Not everybody has something that's easy to use. Of course, this is an old-fashioned cheap thing that works just as efficient as anything else. You would grate your cheese up and down. Just be careful you don't cut your finger, because when you do, it does hurt. And then we have this NutriBullet that works really well. And this would also probably work. I use mine in the blender a lot when I'm making homemade mozzarella cheese and I want to grate it. So I already have it pre-grated in the freezer. When I take it out, it's ready. That just makes it handy for the girls and my husband. If I'm not here and they're making a meal, they don't have to worry about all that mess. So the NutriBullet works really well too. All we have to do is just press it down. And as you can see, within a few minutes, seconds honestly, we have some fine cheese. One of our crusts has come out of the oven. I'm going to pick this up. It's still pretty hot, but you can see it's just a little bit brown on the back. That's exactly how we want them to be. We're going to let this cool before we put any of our toppings on. We don't want to, if we put it on while it's hot, a lot of times with our spaghetti sauce, I'm sorry, not spaghetti, our pizza sauce. We have homemade pizza sauce. A lot of times if you put that on while it's hot, it will make it very soggy. So we want to let that cool completely before we put any of our toppings on. So we're going to wait for that to happen. Once the crusts have completely cooled, we're going to go ahead and put our pizza sauce on. This is homemade pizza sauce. We, I think, have a video about that, but it's the time of year that you're going to be planting your garden. So you want to make sure you buy some paste tomatoes, and that way you can have this luscious sauce that we have right now. It is good. It's maybe not as thick as what store-bought would be, but you could make it that way if you just cook it down. Now we're going to go ahead and put the rest of our toppings on. We have cheese and onions, pepperoni, and pepper rings that we have also canned. Pepperoni is one downfall for us. We know how unhealthy it is. Unfortunately, my husband feels that that has to be on his pizzas. A lot of times the girls and I, when we're making pizza for ourselves, or we'll make a big pizza and we'll split it and we'll just put sausage on it that we have raised ourselves. So that's a whole lot healthier. But for these, because we only usually have them when he's home late at night, so we are going to put some pepperoni on there. We have all the toppings on that we want on our pizza. Now at this point, we're going to take them directly to the freezer on the pans. We're going to take them down there, put them in the freezer, and they're going to have to sit in there for a couple hours to where everything is stiff. How we store ours is vacuum seal. So once we put them in the bag, we pull it, and that's why we freeze ours. If you wanted to wrap them in tin foil, or if you wanted to do saran wrap, you would still need to put them in the freezer. They won't have to be froze solid as they are with our sort of storage, but they will need to be frozen so you can still wrap them and not mess up everything that you have. So that's where these are going to go. When we bring them back out, we'll make sure we show you that step. Our pizzas have become fully frozen in the freezer. As you can see, they're very stiff. So what we're going to do at this point is vacuum seal. What we did was we buy rolls of bags because it's cheaper that way, and you can buy them directly from Vacuum Seal or Food Saver. I'm sorry, they can come directly from there. And I have sealed the end of the bag. And what we're going to do now is to put this down into the bag, then we'll vacuum seal it. So that's the whole point of freezing. When you vacuum seal, you won't pull all your toppings off. And then of course, when you get ready to eat this, you're going to pull it directly out of the freezer, cut the bag open, put it on a tray, and pop it into the oven. You do not need to let it thaw. So we're going to get to work on putting this in the bag. Here's our homemade pizza, froze, vacuumed, and ready for the freezer. It's no different than what the store-bought pizzas are about the preparation. We'll just cut it, put it in the oven on a sheet. This was a little bit wider than what my vacuum, and that happens all the time. I just trim the edges, and when I do numerous pieces, then I just put the pizzas in a pack by itself and freeze those. This is a whole lot quicker and a whole lot more nutritious and healthy than any store-bought box pizza that you could possibly buy. Plus, the crust is not going to be like a cardboard. I've had those before. They're not that good, not even the best of the best. This is going to overrate those 10 to 1. So this is the way to do a healthy snack for your family. That's not going to take you much time. It's going to be a whole lot more nutritious, and it will be ready in just a few minutes once you get the initial startup and setup going. On our channel, we also have a recipe for the whole pizza dough. If you don't have the quick dough already in the refrigerator like we use on this, we do have it in there where you can figure out how to do it exactly to be able to make these. We have a lot of videos on our channel. We hope that you watch them so you're able to help make your family healthy again, to be able to provide nutritious snacks and all sorts of dried goods for your family that you can mix up and have on the table within minutes, so you don't have to worry about eating out, or when you're at work or doing errands, you don't have to get all upset wondering what you're going to have for your supper that evening. Thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day.